For 6 picturesque months of the year, Western Australia comes alive as the world's largest collection of wildflowers carpet the state in a blaze of colour. There are over 12,000 species for wildflower spotters, so I've come to the West Cape Howe National Park near Albany in the southwest of Western Australia to walk part of the Bibbulmun Track to find out more.
This area is recognised as one of 34 biodiversity hotspots in the world, and we're the only one in Australia. So we've got some very special plants and vegetation in this area, and just to sort of give you an idea, in WA we have about 12,000 wildflowers, and in this area alone in the south we have approximately 10,000. These are the Andersonia, or what we call foxtails. They're certainly in bloom at the moment.
Okay. Now, what are these ones? These I've seen out and about a bit. And the reason I remember them is because the flowers look like a cauliflower.
This is actually a very common coastal plant.
Okay.
We call it Spiridium globulosum, and yes, the way to recognise it is the cauliflower head.
But when they're obviously not flowering now, when will that flower?
They'll actually be flowering a little bit later on, in about a month's time. The best time to come for the wildflowers, the extraordinary wildflowers, are during September and October. That to me will allow you to see some of the wildflowers at their best.
These look like daisies. They probably are.
What you've spotted there are beautiful trigger plants, or stelidiums.
Okay.
They're also flowering at the moment.
And what's the trigger plant?
Yes, look, if we get a little blade of grass here, and what you do is you just sort of touch this little middle bit, and there you go. A little sort of trigger comes around. So just imagine that's an insect. It's coming to investigate. It lands right there on the middle, and what happens is that little trigger will take a little bit of pollen off the hind legs of the insect, and you have cross-pollination occurring.
Oh, wow.
It does pay to go with a guide, because a guide will always be able to take you to some of those places that sometimes people miss. But with wildflowers, yes, you are able to often come out into the national park here and see them for yourself. It just takes a little bit of time and exploration, and my tip is, look, just do a section of the Bibbulmun Track and you will see a nice spectrum of wildflowers along your walk.
Head to the north of the state in June to see the vibrant clusters of wildflowers blanket the ground after the early rains, or here to the dramatic south coast from September to marvel at rare and exquisite flora along the southern section of the Bibbulmun. Either way, Western Australia is a botanist's nirvana and a haven for lovers of wildflowers.